So, hey everyone, thanks for listening. This is our first lecture. So, generally speaking, Tilly, well, that is first quiz lecture. Tilly, as stressed in the lectures and the chapters, focuses on collective violence, but his big thing is social interaction. See, he's a psychologist. He's a sociologist. So he's not really interested in irrational impulses or simple emotions or biological reasons. His big thing are these social interactions. As we go through the course, we'll be studying, opportunity hoarding, violence specialists, etc. So this has to do with social interactions, as I said. So here's one social interaction. Opportunity hoarding, as I stressed in the lecture, is just runs throughout the whole entire world and galaxy for him in all countries, including the United States. And under most conditions, opportunity hoarding exists. I mean, even here at the university system, people want, spousal hires. People want to get other people they know jobs, etc. That's how we are as human beings. But this can also create conflict. And in developing countries where you have scarce resources, that is can be problematic. Maybe you're in a certain quote unquote tribe or ethnic group or religion, so you begin to hoard those resources for yourselves. Governmental capacity, and we're really going to see this in the movie, as I stressed, can both control collective violence, political violence, and create conditions for those. So how? Well, one, you can create a brutal dictatorship or democracy that can maybe control political violence. Like, for example, instead of going out and killing people, you can vote and not vote. You opt for either. The ways it can create collective violence is, and we're going to see this in the movie, how it begins to indiscriminately kill people if it starts losing control, which creates more violence. And in a lot of cases, governments don't have the power over the whole entire country. They might just have power over an area. This is what Spain was scared of during the votes of for Catalonian independence. But that's like a smaller scale violence compared to others that are very high. The United States is very lucky because its government basically controls the whole territory, where a lot of countries don't control territories, and they often break up, like Sudan, South Sudan, etc. Violence specialists in Nicaragua, it basically, as I talked about in the lecture and in the article, they assisted the governmental dispersion of the protesters. So they basically engaged in breaking up these protests. And you let the protests go on for a little while. People start to get annoyed by the protesters in these cases. So then you bring in the violence specialists and you kind of use their comparative advantage of being violent. And a lot of, in particularly Nicaragua, but other countries, these violence specialists have a lot of military training. So, you bring them in and, they can either work for let's say, a non-state actor who's essentially, trying to overthrow the government to cause havoc in a particular region, or, they can work for the government, depending. And they're usually kind of like paramilitaries, where they don't work directly for the government, but the government feeds them, gives them stuff, etc. Or maybe they veritably believe in the government itself. So that was our first quiz lecture. Small, short, but at the same time, very important, because a lot of these themes are going to be coming up throughout the course. Take care, everyone.